Tennessee has a new head coach. The Vols named former UCF head coach Josh Heupel as their new head man last week. The university had been moving quickly to find the replacement for Jeremy Pruitt. He was fired for cause in January after an investigation that uncovered what was called serious violations of NCAA rules. So Heupel was 28-8 as UCF's head coach. That included a 12-1 record in his first season with the Knights. He served as offensive coordinator at Missouri and Utah State and was groomed under Bob Stoops on the Oklahoma staff as a player. He helped lead Oklahoma to the national championship in 2000 and was the Heisman Trophy runner-up that season as well. Listen, it's been a revolving door in a lot of ways since Philip Fulmer. Greg, I think this is number 6, but what do you make of the Heupel hire?
Well, Heupel would have been on my short list of candidates for sure, given the fact that he has a familiarity with their new athletic director and, of course, has a pedigree, having been in the SEC calling plays for an explosive offense. He would not have been my number 1 choice. My number 1 choice would have been Buffalo's Lance Leipold, because he has built a program from scratch. What Josh Heupel did at UCF, albeit impressive and having gone to a New Year's Six game a couple years ago, it's kind of gone downhill ever since he's been at the helm for UCF. So that's been the problem. He inherited a program, and it's not in better position today than when it was when he got it. So it doesn't necessarily mean, however, that he will fail at Tennessee. I think he's going to do a good job. He's going to be intriguing with the style of offense they're going to run. It's going to be a fun watch for the fans that have been very, very outspoken about their disappointment with where the program's at right now. So given the circumstances, the sanctions as well, Tom, I think that it makes sense that they went in this direction, and I think it probably is the best they could do at the moment.
Well, and they may not have had many choices. I totally agree with you on Lance Leipold. I think what this program needed more than anything was a program builder, a Tom Allen, a Mark Stoops, a Lance Leipold. And now we'll see what Josh Heupel can do. When I hear people say, well, you know, it's kind of underwhelming. Well, what did you think was going to happen, considering the state of the program? You're not in a position right now to go lure away a top flight leader of a program at a prominent Power 5 job to leave his job for Tennessee, because it's not a better job. And there's too many unknown variables as it relates to the recruiting violations and the sanctions that may or may not come down the pike. So that scares people off right off the bat. I think so much of this is going to have to do with the recruiting side of it. There's no question about that. To your point, at UCF under Josh Heupel, this team turned into an abysmal unit on defense, and that cannot happen in the SEC if you hope to have a chance of being successful. So time will tell, but the one thing I will say about this as it relates to Tennessee, the fan support needs to be supportive. I know it's a rabid, passionate fan base, but understand where you are right now. Understand that there is no magic wand to be waved. This might be a 5 to 7 year process. You might have to swallow that pill if you want to get back to where you think you belong.
Well, listen, Tom, I was going to ask if you thought those sanctions or potential sanctions, since there's just so much unknown, played a role in the hiring process. You answered that question. I think common sense will tell you the unexpected and the unknown certainly scares off some of those high-profile candidates.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.